The member for Albury.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, our police are the backbone of our communities. They deserve safe, modern and functional workplaces. The Tumbarumba Police Station, however, is none of these things. It is outdated, unfit for purpose and places both officers and the public at risk. Snowy Valley's council itself has said that the station has long stood as a symbol of public order and protection and has served our community with distinction for many years. But council also acknowledged that time and circumstance have rendered it unfit for its purpose. That is the reality confronting Tumbarumba today. The station was built decades ago for a different era of policing. It is cramped, ageing and unsafe. Officers and community members alike have raised their concerns and I put them on record today. The front entrance is concealed by police vehicles. Members of the public are required to walk up a driveway past those vehicles and then negotiate steps without ramps or rails for wheelchair access. For people living with a disability who are more likely to be victims of crime, access is simply not compliant with the Disability Discrimination Act. When transferring a prisoner, officers must escort them up the same front steps and past a glass window, then navigate a narrow entrance, bookshelves and a workstation. If the prisoner is intoxicated or resisting, this is not only difficult but dangerous. Inside, conditions are no better. There is only one toilet. It is used by officers, prisoners and members of the public. Prisoners are escorted past the workstation and even the police kitchenette, where sharp objects are stored. Intoxicated prisoners often soil the facilities, creating an unhygienic and unsafe situation. There is no meal room. Staff eat at their desks. No locker room. Staff change in their office. The sergeant's office doubles as both an interview room and a breath analysis room, meaning the sergeant must vacate their office for hours at a time during criminal interviews. Black mould is an ongoing problem in the storage room and all attempts to fix it have failed. This is not just about comfort, it is about the daily operations of policing. Lack of office space, interview rooms and storage compromises privacy, safety and effectiveness. There are inadequate holding facilities and outdated security. Plumbing and electrics are deteriorating. Old wiring interferes with modern technology and yet technology is central to policing in 2025. The result is clear. Tumbarumba officers have been asked to do their jobs in conditions that are unacceptable. Speaker, this has consequences for morale. As council has said, the station does not reflect the values or aspirations of Tumbarumba and could negatively affect officer morale. And that matters because morale affects retention and retention affects recruitment. Why would officers choose to work in a station that is not fit for purpose? It also has consequences for the community. If Tumbarumba were to lose its charging status because of these shortcomings, the impacts would be severe. An arrested person in Kencoban, for example, would face a 2-hour trip to Tumut for charging and then another 2-hour return trip. In poor weather, that is even longer, and that is not good enough. Speaker, David Lammy, now the UK Foreign Secretary, once said, "We cannot have different policing for different communities. It is inherently unfair." That is exactly what we risk in Tumbarumba. This is a growing community. It deserves the same standard of policing as anywhere else in New South Wales. It deserves a station that provides confidence to the public and safety for those who serve. The police officers currently working there should be commended for their professionalism in difficult surroundings. But professionalism only goes so far. Officers have raised with me their fears that staff could be injured because of these conditions. They worry about their own safety and they worry about the community. I thank the Minister for Police for meeting with me on this matter. I have invited her to Tumbarumba to see the station for herself, and I look forward to working with the Minister to ensure the concerns of the community and of serving officers are addressed. The message from the community is clear. The message from officers is clear. The message from council is clear. Tumbarumba needs a new police station. And now is the time to act. Now is the time for Tumbarumba's police to feel safe at work. Now is time for the Tumbarumba community to have confidence in its police service. Now is the time for a new police station.